Hello, Bobby aka SB Lipsesh here, and in this video I am going to talk about why globalization and nationalism are not the only options. And in fact, in my opinion, they are not options for anyone who's even remotely sane at all. And the reason I say that should be blatantly obvious. Like globalization, on the one hand, is bad because it basically, undermines the autonomy of oppressed nations under the pretext of giving them a place of refuge in the first world. And of course, this only reinforces the notion in the minds of nationalists that these impoverished, quote-unquote, alien nations are invading us, never mind the fact that immigration has always been a thing, and in fact, modern Europeans would not be here were it not for immigration. But of course, the immigration process back then was a lot more liberal than it is now. And the reason that nationalism is not an option should be equally obvious, because it basically feeds on Western people's fears and prejudices and reinforces racist, cultural, and pseudoscientific myths. And it's responsible for ideas like so-called racial realism and the Dark Enlightenment movement, whose website I have had the displeasure of going on, by the way, and an activity I would not recommend to my worst fucking enemy. That's how bad that site is. Like, and like the way that some people can phrase things as if they know their shit when the ideas they are spreading are intellectual poison and intellectual savagery. When you come right down to it, like, that's a big part of the reason I left the new atheist movement, because there was so much of that shit, man, and I don't want to be surrounded by that much negativity. It doesn't do my soul good, man. And, and like so many of these people, they coded in the language of we're defending our culture and our people, which is funny because a lot of the nations that have historically been occupied by the old European empires and the old European fascist powers and capitalist powers feel the same exact way. And yet, when they try to resist, um, and yet when they try to resist government oppression, they're treated as pariahs and terrorists and radicals, whilst white people who try to resist government control, like even like government control in the most like benign sense, like they're given a slap on the fucking wrist, a few months in prison at worst. And the same goes, trigger warning, for like Jewish nations. In Jewish nations, the wealthier Jews are almost always the fairer-skinned ones like me, and the darker-skinned ones are the more likely to be arrested. That's fucked up, man. And this has been Bobby, aka Aspie, Libsej, Liberty, Equality, Fraternity. Goodbye.